Good evening and welcome to Wayne E. Miller Gymnasium, side of Ohio Heartland Conference action. It's the Madison Rams taking on the Mansfield Senior High Tigers. Ron Rose with you along with former Lex coach Greg Collins. And should just be a battle tonight. On paper, it could be like very much in the favor of Mansfield Senior High coach, but
hey, this is certainly one instance where records are deceiving. Mansfield Senior comes in with a much better record at the top of the conference, Madison at the bottom, and when these two teams play each other, they always play at their best. It's always a very competitive game.
Bobby Bentley running the show for the Rams. Johnson, baseline J, no good. Rod Wilson with the board. Palmer for three.
Palmer from way outside the three. That was a good 2 or 3 steps outside the three, and he nails that one. Big start for Mansfield Senior, and now they come with what they like best, full court pressure.
Nice pass inside. Van Norris to Joe King. Leroy Mack for three. No. Norris with the board. King back into Norris. Knocked out of bounds.
I think that's going to be a big key for Mansfield Madison tonight. If they're willing to make that one extra pass, find the open man, I think they're going to get great shooting opportunities.
In the paint, Andy Arnold for two.
That was a nice pass inside by Bobby Bentley, a nice bounce pass from out of bounds by Bobby Bentley to get the shot from about 5 feet.
Palmer for three, in and out. Errant pass picked off by Moten. Wilson is fouled on the floor. For one person for Madison to be the key tonight, who would that person be?
Well, I don't think there's any question. Dan Norris is certainly their proven scorer, and even though Mansfield Senior knows that, he can hurt you in so many ways that we've seen this season. He can hurt you on the offensive boards. He can hurt you driving to the basket. He's maybe not the best three-point shooter, but he can go out to 15 feet and shoot the basketball. But he always plays so hard. Anytime you get a player in high school that plays hard, he's always a threat.
Jerry Moten from 18.
Notice very early here, Mansfield Madison making a few extra passes to Mansfield Senior, though Mansfield Senior is able to hit on a couple of shots. They're making 1-2 passes and shooting it.
Norris on the baseline. No good. Mack with the board. They kick it out and go. Alley-oop.
That was a nice pass by George Palmer that time, right up there where he could catch the ball and dunk it. Do you think the fans are ready for this?
They were packed on this side before the JV game started tonight. Norris in the paint, off glass, no. Joe King, partially blocked. Loose ball. Tigers gonna move it.
Jerry Moe with a nice behind the back pass that time.
Bobby Bentley fouled.
There's nothing like a couple of jams to get the crowd into the basketball game, and certainly Mansfield Senior with those 2 passes and 2 follow-up dunks certainly gets their crowd into it. That's a big move right there by Bobby Bentley, just to get the crowd to sit down over here for Mansfield Senior a little bit.
Bobby Bentley will shoot 2.
I know if you could talk with Ron Heller right now, the thing he'd be the most happy with is the unselfish play of those last 2. The nice pass by George Palmer, the nice pass right there by Jerry Moten.
9-5, Senior High with the lead. Tucker loses it. Out to Moten. Jerry.
Jerry did a nice job of taking the ball inside to about 10 foot and jumped over Jason Johnson for the shot that time. That's 2 shots he's now just shot over the defense.
Inside, Jason Johnson. Intercepted by Wilson. Tucker on the trail.
Good follow by Sean Tucker that time.
And Dennis Bartlett's going to call a timeout. We'll take time. 4:47 left to go. Opening quarter, 13-5. Senior high. Coach Ron Hetler has to be pleased so far.
You wonder what he told the kids during that timeout. Yeah, his kids are playing awfully well right now, but certainly don't count Madison out right now. They're certainly a basketball team that has played hard, and besides their lopsided loss at Mansfield, they have been in every basketball game in this conference. They go to Lexington a couple of weeks ago and just lose a heartbreaker. It just seems they've had so many of those this year.
Dan Norris knocked out of bounds. Ram basketball. Bobby Bentley inbound into Dan Norris. Spin move, and he's hacked by Rod Wilson.
That's going to be a good matchup right there. Rod Wilson's going to have his hands full trying to guard Dan Norris. Again, he can hurt you in so many ways. Put the ball on the floor, he can penetrate. That time he was inside about 10, 12 feet, and he can jump over a lot of defenders. Now, Rod Wilson's a very good athlete. That time he gets a little bit of contact on him.
When you come into game plan, a team like Seniors on a roll, 8-game winning streak, what kind of game plan do you do to try offset this tempo that they have?
Well, it's very difficult when you like to play at that same tempo as Madison does, but certainly a key is to stay in the game early. And right now, down 13-5, Madison needs a couple of baskets to just get the game close right now. But I'm sure one thing Dennis Bartlett talked about during that timeout, during that spurt that Mansfield Senior had, you take away Jerry Moten's 10-foot jump shot. The other shots, as you talked about, the two dunks, Mansfield Senior just flat out beat Madison down the floor. They got second shot opportunities. They were getting dunks. They just got too many easy shots. Great defensive play that time by George Palmer, followed up by a beautiful pass.
And Moten loses the handle. 5-on-2. Bentley. Off-balance shot. Wilson.
And another great defensive play by Palmer. That's two in a row.
Leroy.
And that's a high percentage shot. But that time they have three players down the court.
Another pass down to Jerry, to Wilson. Look out. And he missed it.
A little bit too early just to be playing. Those are two straight layups they've missed.
Bobby Bentley for three, no good. Andy Arnold with the rebound. Misses. Inside. Norris loses the handle, out of bounds. It'll stay Ram basketball.
George Palmer in the last three times down has had two great defensive plays. He's not going to block too many shots, but he gets a hand on the ball. If you bring your shot down a little bit too low in your setup, George is right there to get a hand on it. Madison's going to go to a special play now. Again, it's a good idea just to slow the tempo a little bit, get the shot that you want.
Andy Arnold from 19, no good. Tipped out, comes to Tucker. 4-on-2. Stopping a pop for Palmer.
George said, I'm tired of making all those defensive plays, all those passes. I want to get a shot up. So he just pulls up and shoots the three.
18-5. 2:50 to go, opening quarter. Norris in trouble. Gets away. In the paint strip. Comes to Mack. 4-on-2.
Mansfield Senior just playing great defense down at this end. It's just very, very difficult to get a shot up without having a little bit of pressure on you. Mansfield Senior doing a great job. They have missed a few down here, capitalizing on the great defense, but you know, how do you complain with an 18-5 lead? But if you're someone like me who can sit here and do all the complaining they want, they have wasted a couple of opportunities to extend the lead more than they haven't.
Break the press, Jason Johnson. Pull-up jumper goes. Leroy Mack drives, lays it up, no. Johnson with the board. Norris to Fred Ryder. Johnson. Jason is fouled and count the hoop.
Again, George Palmer tried to stick his hand in and get the basketball. That time he got too much risk, and a great job by Johnson to be able to follow through, keep his composure, follow through, and get the basket, and now a chance for a three-point opportunity. And hey, this game's getting just a little bit closer now.
And Palmer will have to come out. He picks up his second personal.
And that's too bad, because he certainly played a great first quarter, not only with his 2 threes. His defense has been great. He's had some nice passes. He's just been playing awfully well this first quarter. Too bad he has to sit out because of foul trouble.
Emmanuel Bonds checks in to replace him as Johnson cannot connect, and a foul underneath on Dan Norris.
That's one thing Mansfield Madison has struggled with all year, and that's free throw shooting. And already tonight they've missed a few opportunities. I think they're somewhere with 1 for 4. And you're in a basketball game where you're playing someone as good as Mansfield Senior. You got to take advantage of all the opportunities you can. And when you get freebies, you got to take advantage of that.
Baseline, Leroy Mack, no good. Tucker inside.
Good move by Sean Tucker to put the ball on the floor to get a little bit better angle for his shot. But notice, Mansfield Senior is still getting great shot opportunities. Even though they've missed the last couple of short jumpers, they're getting the ball inside where they want it.
20-9, the Tigers on top, 1:27 remaining first quarter. Matt Williams from 15.
All those big kites up there, and it's Emmanuel Bonds who comes down with the rebound.
Bonds, pull-up jumper, no good. Williams with the rebound. Long pass down to Ryder.
Good catch by Ryder that time.
Arnold for 3, shoots it a foot short. Jason Johnson, 2-pointer.
Under a minute left. You think either team is going to look for the last shot?
Moten guarded by Johnson. Has it stripped. Numbers are with the Rams. Jason's going to pull up.
Right now it's back to 7. Be a good opportunity for Mansfield Senior to probably go for the last shot right here. Madison on a little short run. Go in at the end of the first quarter with at least a 7-point lead, maybe even a little bit more if you can score here.
Down to 12 seconds.
Here's where you'd like to have George Palmer in there.
Bonds kicks it down to Mack. Leroy for 3. No good. Williams with the rebound. Arnold with the rebound to Ryder. Ryder launches it a half court. That ends the first period of play from Wayne Miller Gymnasium. The score, Mansfield Senior High 20, Madison 13. Looking on as the Rams get a little bit of a run there, as you said, Coach, right at the end of the first quarter. It's 20-13, Senior High with the lead.
And they needed that run right there just to get back inside 10 points. Now they have it down to 7. There were times there where I think everybody here thought Mansfield Senior had their chances to put the game away even in the first quarter. But Madison made that little run, and certainly they're only down 7 right now.
Sean Tucker, lob it inside Wilson. Rod puts it up, no, there's Tucker, misses the jam. Coach Bartlett wanted the technical.
He did. He thought Sean was sitting on the rim a little bit too long.
And Jerry Moten commits the personal.
Either way, again, that's at least 3 great opportunities Mansfield Senior did not capitalize on.
Jason Johnson at the foul line to shoot 2. 6-foot senior. Second one goes.
Last time to start the quarter, Mansfield Senior showed good patience, worked the ball inside. Probably something they talked about during the quarter break. See if they continue to try to go inside and get the easy shot opportunities.
Leroy Mack guarded by Ryder. Baseline J, no good. Matt Williams with the rebound.
The lead is now only 6. They can bring it to 4 or even to 3 if they can get a big shot right here. And notice Madison slows it down a little bit going into their set offense.
Jason Johnson can't connect. Tucker in trouble. Moves off glass.
I think Sean wanted that one. Took the ball about 15, dribbled it out to about 18, then brought it back into 5. Good move, though. Great job of getting his shoulder square that time. He was off balance, but got his shoulder square, used the glass perfectly. Doesn't look like the Mansfield Senior defense is quite as aggressive as it was early. Early, those kind of passes Madison was making, Senior High was getting a hand on.
Ryder open for 3. All backboard. Tucker out to Moten. Jerry scoops and scores.
Nice move. And again, unselfish play. Sean Tucker had the opportunity to maybe take that ball in the dribble, but he gave it up to the person in front of him. Unselfish play, and Moten does a nice job taking the ball to the basket.
24-14. Tigers with the lead. 5:45 left in the second.
The tempo has slowed down a little bit. I think it's a good idea what Mansfield just did. That is trap a little bit. Try to get the tempo up. Big shot right there by Johnson. George has him inside. That's a good look.
Tucker's going to go baseline. No good. Andy Arnold with the rebound. Arnold loses the handle. Bad pass that will go the Rams' way.
That poor official. Everybody here will have a chance to be substituted except for those poor officials tonight. They're going to have to stay up with the tempo the whole game, and they're going to get very few breaks. We should institute TV timeouts just for their case.
There you go. Norris over Tucker. No good. Sean gets it out to Mack, to Moten, and Jerry loses it.
That was smart thinking. That's something I would do. You give the ball up early, hoping that you're going to get it back for the shot opportunity. That time, though, Jerry just wasn't ready for it. Mack makes his pass a little bit behind him. What you want to do, though, is keep that ball till the defense stops you and then give it up.
Bobby Bentley from the baseline.
Good move right there. Just took the ball inside, shot over George Palmer. Back down to 6 again.
Palmer open for 3. Leroy Mack's there, and he's fouled by Matt Williams. Jerry Moten will check out. Nope, excuse me. Sean Tucker will check out. Marshall Levens back in. 4:18 to go before halftime. It's 24-18. The Tigers with the lead. And Mack bricks both.
Neither team shooting well from the free throw line here to begin with, and certainly in a game like this, that's always important.
Bentley goes baseline. Try to dish it off, and it goes out of bounds.
But notice what Madison is doing differently, at least it looks like they're doing differently here in the second quarter. Coach Bartlett is calling out some plays, so they're getting a little bit of continuity. They're slowing the tempo down just a little bit, and I think that has an effect on Mansfield Senior at both ends of the court. Certainly the players are probably getting a little tired, but certainly the tempo is not what it was to start the game when Mansfield had their big runs.
Moten's open for three. Short. Matt Williams with the rebound. Down court we go. Andy Arnold alone. Up, no, there's Norris.
Great follow that time by Dan Norris, and he brings the Madison fans to their feet. Now they only trail by 4, playing good defense, rebounding down at this end, have brought that lead down to 4 points.
And Leroy Mack zigged when he should have zagged, out of bounds, and Ron Hetler's going to call a timeout. So we'll take time, 3:19 to go before halftime. It's 24-20, Senior High with the lead. Tiger faithful on hand, packed house. Ron was with you along with Coach Greg Collins. And warm in the gym.
It is, and I can understand where the players would slow down a little bit. It is very warm in here, which means your bench is even more important than most nights. You're going to play up-tempo. You have a warm gym. You better be able to bring some people in off the bench.
Moten brings it up after the turnover to Palmer. Palmer's going to drive, swatted by Bentley, but Bobby's going to be called with the foul.
That was a good move by George Palmer, but Madison has been playing very good man defense. Besides early in the first quarter in the middle where they just weren't getting back, when Mansfield Senior was beating Madison back, besides those times, Madison in the half court has played excellent man defense and has forced Mansfield Senior into maybe some shots they didn't want, but are limiting Mansfield Senior usually to just one shot opportunity. Very few offensive rebounds, I think, so far for Mansfield Senior, at least what they're used to. Now that was an exception right there. Palmer did a nice job at driving, picks up the foul. Now he gets a chance for his second free throw.
George nails both. 26-20. Senior High with the lead. Norris inside Williams by himself.
George Palmer had to back away. He was going to go after the ball, but he's got 2 fouls. He didn't want to pick up his third right here.
Inside they go. Tucker. No good. Williams with the rebound.
Good double team that time on Sean Tucker.
Down the court and overshoots Bobby Bentley. George Palmer looking inside, gives it to Wilson, and Wilson steps out of bounds.
That's too bad because Rod Wilson did a nice job of working to get position. He had the defense on his behind that time and was using his body extremely well to get position. He took that little step out of bounds. Leads down to 4. Again, a chance to cut the lead inside 4. It hadn't been inside 4 in a long, long time.
Jason Johnson is going to shoot. No good. Tipped around. Matt Williams is there. Puts it in.
Leads down to 2.
And a carry. Substitution, Bobby Bentley will check out. And Ben Arnold, number 34, comes in. Chance for Madison to tie or take the lead. Norris, Arnold on the baseline, and we're tied.
Good movement that time. Defense broke down. Madison took advantage of it. Here with a minute and a half to go in the second quarter. Mansfield Senior, 6 points this quarter. Good defense by Mansfield Madison.
Palmer for 3.
George makes me eat my words by coming up with a big 3. Certainly, though, the tempo is certainly much slower than the start where Mansfield Senior wants it.
Ben Arnold hits the baseline jumper.
Mansfield Madison is now making Mansfield Senior pay when they're out of position.
Rod Wilson can't connect. Tucker's right there in the paint. The turnaround won't go. Matt Williams with another board.
Good offensive rebound, though, by Sean Tucker. Just wasn't able to follow, but a good offensive move.
Down to 30 seconds, 29-28 senior high.
And a good move by Dennis Barley. He wants to bring the ball back out and go for the last shot.
Out on top, Andy Arnold. Andy for two, no good. Norris is there, puts it up and in. Jerry Moten on the drive, one-handed brick. Arnold has it, Norris launches it. And a big second quarter by the Madison Rams, give them a 1-point lead. And it's just big momentum now, Coach.
Oh, there's no question. That was a big quarter by Mansfield Madison, and they did it to defensive end.
So we'll step aside. The score at halftime is Madison 30, Mansfield Senior 29. And welcome back to Wayne E. Miller Gymnasium. It's 30-29, Madison with the lead as we start the third period of play. Ron Rose with you along with Greg Collins. Rumor has it the new coach of the Detroit Tigers replacement team.
Now I'm going to wait till the regulars come back. I've already talked with Kirk Gibson and Gates Brown. Those guys are still there, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure, yeah.
On the walls up there.
Yeah, okay. I mean, his replacement players.
Oh. I don't know, the way Kirk's been running lately.
Yeah, good point.
So the Rams with the basketball as we start the third quarter. Inside, Jason Johnson can't connect. Tucker clears the boards.
Good patience, though, that time by Madison. Again, they had a lot of success with just making that extra pass in that second quarter. That time they show good patience in the half-court set.
Palmer open for three.
I think that's the way we started the game. He starts the second half the same way, and they need that. It's a big basket by George Palmer right there.
Norris guarded by Rod Wilson. Dan Norris gets the bounce.
Just like the second quarter, and again, I keep going back to that second quarter. Madison played so well, but Mansfield Senior was out of position defensively like they were there. Madison capitalized in the second period. They do it that time down.
Tucker on the turnaround. No good. Wilson has it knocked away.
That was good defense on Sean Tucker that time, and the loose ball picked up by Bobby Bentley.
Jason Johnson in the paint. Rims out. Andy Arnold's there.
Andy Arnold, Matt Williams, those guys have done a nice job here in the offensive boards for him.
34-32, Madison with the lead. Leroy Mack in the paint, throws one up, and he's fouled.
That was a good look by Tucker that time. He got double teamed, and before the double team could get there to close down those passing angles, he was able to give the ball up to the open man.
Big foul right there. Bobby Bentley picks up foul number 3.
That is costly, not only because of his offense, but he's a very good defender also.
Leroy Mack. Back on the second one. Gets it to go. Long pass down court. Jason Johnson's open. Puts it up and in.
He challenged Sean Tucker that time and was able to use the backboard to get the ball in.
Tucker guarded by Williams. Knocked out off of Tucker's foot.
Good defense that time. That time Sean tried to dribble inside traffic. Found the going a little tough. Mansfield back to their full court pressure. They like this pressure. They like to create offense from their defense.
Bentley trapped to Norris. Dan drives. Leaner misses it. Wilson with the rebound. Stolen by Bentley. And Bobby's going to shoot it and nails it.
Good move by Bobby Bentley. That time he stayed back against any cherry picking. That time he came up with the big steal. The lead is up to 4.
Jerry Moten goes baseline over Johnson. Short. Jason with the rebound. Matt Williams from 16. No. Moten with the rebound. Rod Wilson will drive, and he's fouled by Matt Williams.
That was a good move by Rod Wilson. When he got the ball, he didn't think he was going to have an open lane, but he did. He took the ball very strong to the basket and almost had the three-point shot off of it.
Rod Wilson will shoot 2. Both teams not very good this game at the free throw line.
And we've talked about the importance of that, and you got to be able to hit the freebies. Mansfield Senior, though, their regulars have been very good free throw shooters this year.
Splits the pair. Down court we go. Johnson can't connect. Tucker with the rebound.
Good pass that time. I think it was Dan Norris who got trapped, but it wasn't a real aggressive trap, so he was able to pass through it. If you're going to trap the basketball, you've got to keep those long passes away. Is that a big-time shot or what?
The hoop and the harm. I think the guy at the NBA All-Star game should have had George Palmer shoot for $1 million for him.
Oh, my gosh. Oh. If I'm shooting for $1 million, yeah, George Palmer would be a good person to have there.
And the key point for Madison, Bobby Bentley picks up foul number 4, so he will sit down with 4:56 left in the third.
I just saw Dennis Bartlett. He just put his hand over his face and wiped the sweat away, and I know he's disappointed with that. Not just the 4-point play, but having to sit Bobby Bentley for a time.
Max steals it. Wilson, and he's fouled.
Good steal by Mack. He could have gone up for the short 6-footer, but he found an open man. Found the man, Rod Wilson, for a layup. Again, unselfish play that time.
.450 to go in the third. It's 39-38. Mansfield Senior with the lead. Rod Wilson. Wilson, 6'5" junior. Second one goes.
Again, the defense isn't over-aggressive right now. A lot has to do with Mansfield Madison, again, showing a little bit better patience than they did early on at the offensive end.
Jason down to baseline. Cross court, Norris. Dan puts it up. No. Andy Arnold's there. Put it in.
Good offensive board by Andy Arnold, but that was a good move by Dan Norris. Used the pump fake, went inside, had a great move, just couldn't get the ball to fall. But Mansfield Madison doing what they have done the last couple of quarters, hit the offensive boards hard.
Jerry Moten loses it out of bounds.
Now watch the traps here. They're not getting great pressure on the basketball. It's like having a quarterback and not rushing the quarterback. Eventually that quarterback is going to find open receivers. You just can't defend everybody out in the pass coverage. Right now, Mansfield Senior not doing a great job. Here, they don't catch the ball. Mansfield Senior again ruins a great opportunity.
Ryder needs to get it across, and they do. To Norris. challenges Tucker, and he's fouled. Tucker picks up his second, will send Norris to the line.
I think back to the first 5 or 6 minutes of the first quarter when Mansfield Senior had that big run and built the double-digit lead. How many shot opportunities did they ruin, though? How many layups did they miss? How many dunks did they miss at that time? Now in a close game here in the last 4 minutes of the third quarter, they wish they could have those great shots back. But then again, you can look at the other side, and Dennis Bartlett is saying, I wish we could have those free throws we've missed back.
Norris splits the pair. 41-40, Madison with the lead. Back to Wilson. Shot in the paint, no good. Tips out off of Tucker's fingertips.
Good ball movement that time. Rod Wilson had a great shot opportunity, just couldn't get the ball to fall right there, but he got the ball where he can do a lot of damage. Let's see if Mansfield can pick up the pressure a little bit on the basketball. See, he's got a good vision.
They get it to Norris. Nice spin move in the paint. Can't connect. Tipped out. Grabbed by Arnold. Andy from 15. Johnson fights it and he gets it.
Madison just outworking the Mansfield kids here this time down the court. Big possession for Mansfield Madison. A 1-point lead. Show a little patience here. Get the great shot they want.
Williams backs in on Tucker. Can't connect. Comes to Palmer. On the break. Wilson is fouled on the floor.
That last possession by Mansfield Madison, though, a great possession. They get a couple of shots. They don't fall. They're very aggressive on the offensive boards. They show good patience. They get it inside. Was it Andy Arnold in the post that time? Has a nice post move. Just couldn't get the ball to fall, but did a great job to get position, then used his dribble to get better position. But again, the ball just wouldn't fall for him.
Inside to Tucker. His turnaround. Off glass, no good. Rod Wilson's there, and he puts it in.
That was great hustle by Rod Wilson. That time he was being checked out, but he just didn't go with that. He just worked to get better position and able to get the offensive boards. The official did a nice job there. There was a little bit of pushing inside. The official just stopped play, told the kids they're not going to tolerate it. Good job right there.
Ball kicked out of bounds.
Well, that was something. You don't see a pass usually go too many people's feet.
Ryder trap, gets it up court to Johnson. Out to Arnold.
Good ball movement by Mansfield Madison.
Bringing on top to Dan Norris. Down to 2:05 in the third. 1-point lead by Senior High.
You use up a lot more energy playing defense than you do at the offensive end. This is a good possession right here by Mansfield Madison. If they can get a basket out of it, and they do, that's a big possession right there by Mansfield Madison. You waste a lot more energy at the defensive end, as Mansfield Senior just did at that possession.
George Palmer from 15. Short, rebound Arnold.
He was too close. He should pump fake and dribble out a couple of steps.
Beat the press down court. Jason Johnson, pull-up jumper, no. Tipped out. Ryder saves it to Arnold. Andy can't connect. Matt Williams is fouled.
Again, Madison does a great job at the offensive boards. It takes them 3 shots that time, but they get something positive out of it. They cause the foul from Mansfield. That's the good news. The bad news is they have to shoot free throws. But hopefully Matt Williams can get in here and get away from that Madison jinx they've had so far tonight and hit a couple of free throws.
We're down to 113 in the third. Matt Williams at the line to expand on the lead. Short rims it. 44-42, Rams with the lead.
And a sure sign the kids are tired. That time not one kid jumped.
Palmer on the runner.
George Palmer decides to take it inside with the big kids. Gets a nice high shot in there. Under a minute. Good call right there. Dennis Barlow's asking for a lot of movement. I don't think he's willing to take the last shot here with just 50 seconds left, but he wants to get a lot of good ball movement, make Mansfield, again, work at the defensive end and see if they can get a breakdown in the Mansfield's defense, take advantage of it.
Matt Williams will check out. Joe King checks in.
That's a good substitution. Matt Williams did a nice job at the offensive end, but he's got to be tired. As hard as he's playing, he's got to be tired.
Backdoor cut. Johnson loses it, and he's out of bounds.
It'll be interesting here to see when Bentley comes back in the basketball game, whether Dennis decides to start him in the fourth quarter. I have a feeling he's going to let him sit for the first couple of minutes. As long as this game stays like it is, I have a feeling he's going to let Bentley rest a little bit. See if Mansfield now decides to go for the last shot. 44-44 score, under 30 seconds.
You look for inside, possibly kick it back out to Palmer, or?
Well, yeah, that's one advantage they have now than the first time at the end of the first quarter when they were holding it. They do have George Palmer in. But yeah, that's always a great offense. If you can penetrate, and if the defense collapses, kick it out to your three-point shooter, and they have a couple of three-point shooters, obviously.
Down to 8 seconds. George Palmer has it. He's going to stop and pop and drops it.
Or you might just let George dribble about 4 feet outside the three-point line and let him shoot over a taller player. I think that's good offense, too.
That ends the third period of play from Madison High School. The score, it is Mansfield Senior takes the lead, 47-44. Ball game.
Oh, I can guarantee you, not just physically with all the sweat that he has, but mentally. There's been so much going through his mind. Dennis is a great person, a great basketball coach, and like I said in the beginning, he has lost so many close games. And I remember an old coach telling me one time that, you know, when you lose a close one, sometime down the line you're going to win one for every one that you lose. Maybe this will be the night for Mansfield Madison to get back and win one of the close ones.
Moten, baseline three, no good. Leroy Mack puts it in.
That was a good offense by Mansfield. They put Moten in the corner to get the three-point shot, and 2 players went to the optimum position for the offensive board. Weak side, same angle, and Mansfield comes up with the offensive board.
Fred Ryder, baseline jumper.
Maybe things will speed up a little bit. Things certainly are not the tempo they were early. Both teams playing a little bit better defense than they did the first 4 or 5 minutes.
Leroy Mack on the spin move. Blocked by Norris, but Dan commits the foul. Leroy Mack. Nails the first one.
From here on out, Mansfield Senior will be in the one-on-one shot opportunities. They've been a very good free throw shooting team this year. This will be a great time to build on the lead.
Mack nails both, 51-46, Mansfield Senior. Johnson in the paint for 2.
Good muscle that time by Johnson.
Palmer to Tucker. Sean's going to pull up and shoot. Gets it to go.
Good touch that time by Sean Tucker. Notice when George Palmer gets the ball about 5-6 feet outside three-point line, how quickly the Madison kids are now running after him. He's got such long range, you got to get a hand in his face right away. Mansfield playing a little bit of zone now. I think they went to this a little bit in the second quarter. Madison had pretty good success with it, not just on their first shots, but a lot of times with their offensive boards.
Jason Johnson from behind the line. Cuts the deficit to 2, 53-51, 6 minutes left.
Mansfield's showing a little bit of fatigue. Couple of players walking down the court.
Jerry on the drive, throws up a prayer and doesn't go. Norris, the numbers are with him. Jason Johnson has it picked.
Nice strip.
Little showtime. (55-51). Johnson, skip pass. Norris is going to drive, puts it up. No, Andy Arnold's there, and he's fouled by Rod Wilson.
Another offensive rebound by Andy Arnold. How many strips, how many times has George Palmer gotten a hand on the basketball when the offensive player has brought the ball down to his waist? So many times he gets there. He's made a few steals out of it. He's also caused some pad shots because of his quick hands. Good defense and a player that knows his abilities and knows that he can't block shots. So he's going to get, when you bring the ball down, he's going to have a hand there. And he's caused so many turnovers that way.
Arnold corrects both. Tucker with the rebound. Palmer wanting to pull the trigger. Down to Norris. Into Joe King. Pump fake, misses. Bolton with the rebound. Out of bounds. Senior high basketball.
Now we're inside the 5-minute mark. Madison makes a couple of substitutions. They haven't come in with Bobby Bentley yet, have they?
Bobby's still on the bench. Matt Williams replaces Joe King, and Ron Hetler's going to call a timeout, so we'll take time. 4:47 to go in the ball game. It's 55-51, Senior High with the lead. Welcome back to Madison High School. It's getting crunch time. Even the cheerleaders are huddling up, calling their plays.
That's certainly not because they're cold, I can guarantee you that.
Ron Rose with you, along with Coach Greg Collins. It's 55-51, Senior High. 4:45 left to go in the ball game.
Leroy Mack just dribbles the basketball, asking the defense to come out and defend him.
Mack in the paint. Arnold with the rebound.
Bobby Bentley is in the basketball game. Oh, what a move. What a move that time. Takes the ball on the floor, couple of dribbles, and just goes up high.
Just like, get out of the way.
Oh my gosh. That's tough to defend. You better stop him out of 15 because you're not going to stop him inside 5.
2-point lead, and Tucker misses. Bobby Bentley.
This is a great shot opportunity. Went for the dunk. Maybe the layup would have been better.
Jason Johnson.
That's a great, strong move. Don't go for the dunk that time. Just go for off the glass. After the timeout, Madison comes back with 4 big points.
Moten, nice move. Drives. Blocking foul on Arnold.
And again, that is the one-on-one situation. Mansfield will be there the rest of the game.
Jerry Moten will shoot 2. Clock reads 3:36 in the ball game. Moten splits the pair. The Tigers are up 1.
Madison taking their time again, showing good patience here at the offensive end.
Norris brings it out. Bentley over Palmer. No good.
Good move that time to get Bentley inside. He had some success early against Palmer in there. Got a good move. Again, he just couldn't get the ball to fall.
Leroy Mack go inside. Wilson falls, goes out of bounds.
Here we are with 3 minutes to go. It's 56-55, and the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game, I thought the score was going to be in the 80s. Certainly has slowed down a great deal since the opening minutes, but certainly still been a great basketball game.
Tucker on the move. Can't get it to go. Matt Williams has it stripped by Moten. Jerry cans the wild one.
It's difficult to dribble a basketball inside that type of pressure. Jerry Moten was able to come up with the steal.
Bentley open for 3.
He's been sitting down for about 10, 12 minutes. Comes in and hits an open 3, a big 3.
We're tied at 58 with 2:22 to go. Pass inside, loose ball comes to Madison. The numbers are with
the numbers.
4 on 2. Arnold right down the highway. Misses, comes out to Palmer. Now the numbers.
The loose ball down there, all the big kids, it's George Palmer who comes up with the basketball that time. Mansfield Madison has been able to come back each time Mansfield seniors had a big basket. Madison's been able to answer.
Madison takes time. We'll call timeout. 1:54 remaining in the ball game. It's Mansfield Senior High 60, Madison 58. 1:54 remaining in the ball game. The Tigers break the huddle. They lead 60-58. And just think, in about 2 weeks, if all goes right, they'll be playing each other for the sectional finals. Madison drawing Tiffin Columbian opening round, senior with the bye.
Do you think any of the either team is holding anything back tonight because of the tournaments? I don't think so either.
Bentley guarded by Palmer. In trouble. Nice back door.
That was a nice back door. Good look, good pass.
We are tied at 60. Mack's going to shoot a 3. Ball's tipped around and out of bounds. Ram basketball. Not the guy you'd want to shoot the 3.
No, probably not. That's exactly what Madison said. That's the guy we want to shoot the 3, so they moved back. Sean Tucker does a nice job going after the basketball. They only have 14 fouls, so Mansfield Senior can be aggressive here in the closing minute and a half. They have 2 fouls to give. Just got to make sure you don't foul the shooter.
Ball in the backcourt, got to get it across. And Bentley does, and he's fouled by Palmer.
118, tie score. Probably a little bit too much time to hold the basketball, certainly against the type of pressure the Mansfield Senior can give you at the defensive end. But certainly you want to show good patience and get the great shot. Get the best shot that you can down here. And you have 2 timeouts left, and they're going to use one of them right now.
And Coach Bartlett's going to take that timeout. We'll step aside quick. 1:18 to go in the ball game. It's all tied at 60. Welcome back to Wayne E. Miller Gymnasium. We are tied at 60 with 1:18 to go in the ball game. And who's got to be the man right now, Coach, for Madison?
Well, you would think it would be Norris, someone like that, but it could be anybody with the way they've hit the offensive boards. Remember the last time out, Madison came out with a play. They got the back door. They got the easy shot. We'll see what Dennis Bartlett drew up right here. See what type of pressure Mansfield Senior gives. Again, I think there's too much time to go for the last shot, but certainly you want to get the best shot you can.
Andy Arnold has it to Bentley. Almost stripped by Palmer. Down to 1 minute. Norris guarded by Mack. Out on top, Andy Arnold to Norris. Down to 45 seconds. Norris, this time guarded by Palmer.
Now they're at a point where maybe they want to decide to bring it out a little bit.
Moten commits the personal.
Now with 35 seconds left, maybe you think about going for the last shot. It depends on how comfortable you feel with your delay game and your ball handling.
34.7 seconds remaining in the ball game. It is 60-60. Both teams are now in the bonus. Johnson, walk it out. They go inside and goes out of bounds. Stays Ram basketball, 21 seconds. And Coach Bartlett will call his last timeout. We'll keep it here with 21.6 seconds left. Madison LS being very patient. He's maybe trying to lull senior high to sleep, maybe on defense.
Well, I think so. I don't think with a minute and 15 seconds left, the last timeout that Madison talked about holding the ball for the last shot. I think they just talked about being patient, trying to get a breakdown in the Mansfield defense, and then exploit that. They didn't find a breakdown, so they had great patience, handled the basketball extremely well. Now they're down to 21 seconds left. They have a couple of options to go. They have the ball underneath. They have an inbounds play. Maybe they can go to their favorite inbounds play. If they feel they can get a great shot off of it, probably a layup. If they decide not to go to that, probably get the ball inbounds and then bring it out for that last shot. Again, Mansfield Senior now has 16 fouls, so any foul now will be a one-on-one situation for either team.
Both teams out on the floor. It's Bentley, Norris, Andy Arnold, Johnson, and Ryder for the Rams.
The most difficult thing at the offensive end is getting the ball inbounds. This is the toughest part of this last 21-6. They do get it in.
Out on top to Norris, guarded by Rod Wilson. Dan's going to drive, and he's going to be held by George Palmer. And that is 4 on Palmer. So with 15.6 seconds left, Dan Norris will go to the line to shoot 1 and 1. A place where the Rams have struggled tonight.
It is, but you're talking about Dan Norris, who's probably the best free throw shooter for Mansfield Madison, and certainly a person that's been in these pressure situations before, as the whole team has been in these situations before this year.
1 and 1. Back with the rebound.
Senior High has 2 timeouts left. See if they decide to go to the time, or they're just going to run the clock down under 10 now.
We're down to 6. Mack on the drive, puts it in. Johnson's going to light it. Count it. I tell you what, Coach, that's what you call excitement right there.
It is. And again, we talked about at the beginning, how many has Madison lost that way? They deserve to win that one that way. But your heart has to go out for Mansfield Senior. Great basketball game. Tough for either team to lose this one. Unfortunately for Ron Hedler's group, they get beat tonight. But they still have had certainly a great season and still in contention for an outright championship in the conference.
25 points unofficially for Jason Johnson, but 3 coming on with like 0.8 seconds left on the launch.
Yeah, no bigger than that right there, and he did a nice job. Mansfield Senior did a nice job of defending the inbounds. It was very difficult for Madison to get the ball inbounds, but once they got it into Johnson, he did a great job of just dribbling through the defense. Defense was afraid to foul and took the ball down to the last tenths of a second before he could put up that last shot.
And there's your man of the hour. So that'll do it here from Madison High School. I'd like to thank Coach Greg Collins for stopping by. Another great game. I know you had your meatballs there before the game, your pregame meal.
As always, Ron, I never miss a hospitality room meal.
So for Coach Greg Collins, our cameraman Mike Mullaney, this is Ron Rose saying the final score in a thriller. Madison 63, Mansfield Seniors 62. We'll see you next week at Ashland.